You're touching on an area that I talk about pretty often, mostly because it's something that I've had to sort of get a hold on, and it's about clarity. And a lot of the things that you're talking about are simple, but they're not easy. You know, understanding your finances, understanding your time, taking a real honest look at your life. Those things are potentially simple. You know, just sit down for an hour and look at what you spent this week. You know, something like that. But why is that not easy? I think here's why. At least, you know, I'm projecting. This has been in my experience. My friends know that I have this term called looking at the mail, and here's what I mean by that. So when I was a kid, my school would mail our grade cards home every quarter, and you know, my parents would say throughout the year, "Hey Ryan, how you doing in math class or whatever?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing great." In the back of my head, I know I'm like, "Okay, well, there's a storm brewing at some point."
Right.
So it'd get to the sort of that time of the year. Where I didn't know what day, but I knew that at some point in the mail, here comes my grade card. So every day when I would see my dad get up to go check the mail, I would sort of live in that Schrodinger's cat situation where I'm like, either the rest of my day is screwed, and so is the rest of my week, and I'm going to reap what I've been sowing, or we're okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And usually he'd come back and there'd be no grade card. Once in a while there'd be one.
Yeah.
And we'd have that situation. But it's like, because of that, genuinely psychologically, like as an adult, I have to make myself look at the mail.
Sure.
Like honestly, that's not an exaggeration. That is true. I do not. Mail to me that's the thing that's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
So I've set up this system where when I get home, I can't go inside till I look at the mail. I know how silly that sounds, but it's actually been like really useful. And I tell you that story to explain this. When you look at it, when you see the numbers, all of a sudden it's real and it's tangible and you know how bad it is. That's way, way more painful than just saying, I probably spend too much.
Yeah.
You know, I probably spend money I shouldn't. As soon as you're like, oh, I'm $600 in the red this month on stuff I don't even know what. I don't even know what. I $20'd myself to death here. You know, all of a sudden you recognize sort of the gravity of the mistakes that you've made, and it feels like a lot has to change. And so people will subconsciously avoid getting clear on things. You know, it's like I know I'm sort of overweight, but I don't weigh myself. It's like, okay, I know I'm sort of overweight. It's like, well, now I weigh myself every morning. I'm aware. I have to, like, once I'm clear on it, I can change things. But I think that people fear that level of clarity because then you will assign a real tangible number to it. Have you found that in your experience?
Oh yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
But those are the conversations that I have to have with people if they're wanting change.